I'm really hoping for a making salts required practical question in your chemistry exam tomorrow. Let's smash through the entire practical and the entire topic so you've got everything you could possibly need. This is my favourite chemistry on practical. It's light work. First, neutralisation. If you mix an acid and a base, you will always produce a salt and water. There are 3 acids: hydrochloric, sulfuric and nitric. Now the acid that we use here determines part of the name of the salt that we'll produce. Salts will be named metal something. If it's hydrochloric, you'll make a chloride. If it's sulfuric acid, you make sulfate. And if it's nitric acid, you make nitrate. Each of those just with the name of the metal in front. So where does the metal come from? Well, that is from our base. There are 3 types of bases. You can have metal oxides, metal hydroxides, or metal carbonates. So if you hear something like copper oxide, that is a base. If you hear something like copper nitrate, on the other hand, that is a salt. So that's the difference between your base and your salt. Fundamentally, guys, a base is just a substance that's capable of neutralizing an acid. If a base is soluble, we can call it an alkali. So alkalis are bases. Okay then, but where does this water come from? Well, since we're mixing an acid and a base, that is why. Look at this. All acids contain H+ ions. All bases contain OH- ions. What would you get if you put those 2 together? You'd have 2 H's and 1 O. That is H2O, water. And that is what's going on in any neutralization reaction. Okay then, onto the making salts practical. The whole purpose is to produce a pure, dry sample of a salt. Which salt will be told in the question. You need to pay very close attention to the exact words it asks you. Which exact salt do you want to produce? Because remember, the name of the salt will tell you which acid you will need to use. If you want to make a chloride, you need hydrochloric and so on, if you remember. And this is the process. First, we prepare our acid and we warm it to make sure that this reaction is going to happen quickly. Next, we add our base and we add it in excess to ensure that we react away absolutely all of the acid. Okay, think about it. What do we actually have in our beaker at this point? Just take a look at this. We'd have the excess of our base. We'd also have water, because remember, whenever you mix an acid and base, you make a salt and water. And we'd also have the salt, which we want to now purify and dry out. Next step then is we're going to remove that excess base. And since it's insoluble, we do that with filtration. Okay, lovely. The base, the excess base, it's gone. All that's left to remove is that water. Now these are 2 liquids and we need to separate them. We can evaporate away the water to leave us the salt behind. So the last step is crystallization or evaporation, whatever you want to call it. Remember, for this, we want to do it quite gently so that we get good solid crystals made at the end. So to do that, we're going to evaporate it, but we're also going to use a hot water bath to do so. Then when you get to having a little bit of liquid left, we take it away from the hot water bath, leave it on a windowsill to dry and form those nice big crystals of our salt. You could even, if you want, say pat them dry with some paper towel. Cheeky little thing I didn't mention is if you have a carbonate base, by the way, you'd also produce carbon dioxide gas. Carbonate gives that away. I really hope that helped. Please let me know if this comes up in your exam. And now if it does, you're going to absolutely boss it. Do your best tomorrow. Thank you for watching and best of luck from me.